Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to another virtual write-in.
Our last one.
Oh yeah, it's our very last one. This is Iman. I'm Shelby. Welcome back. I think we were looking at the chat earlier and we saw a lot of familiar names and YouTube handles. So thanks for sticking with us and coming to this very sad last virtual write-in for July Camp 2015. We've had a really great time hanging out with you guys and writing virtually. Yeah. But all good things must come to an end. So fittingly, that's the theme for our write-in today. So there should be a few things from yesterday's virtual write-in that we can check out, perhaps.
Maybe. I'm not sure if they had a exercise
An
at
exercise?
the end.
Okay.
But
well,
we have a warm-up prompt. So.
We do have a warm-up prompt. And this ties into the end, which is what I'm gonna do this every time I say the end. So everybody feels a lot of different feelings when something's about to come to an end. And perhaps your character does as well. Actually, I'm pretty sure your character will feel some feelings. Even Wally, the robot, he had feelings, and that was really cute. Wally. I really like Wally.
Me too.
So how does your main character, or any character for that matter, any character of your choice, feel when something is ending? So maybe a relationship, or a really great day, or a fun project, or maybe something terrible that they've been hoping would end and now it's finally ending. How are they feeling? And then this could be their favorite novel or movie ending, or maybe something closing down. So how do they deal with the end of this situation? And that's our warm-up prompt.
5
minutes?
I'm timekeeper.
Oh, you're time.
That's usually Hannah's job.
Okay, so characters, endings, how do they deal? Starting now. And we'll give you a 1-minute warning.
Thanks everyone for blessing me. I think I have allergies. So you have about 1 minute left, so if you want to start putting your favorite sentence or what your character's feeling in the chat or your word count, the time to do so. My sneeze made someone jump. My bad, sorry.
Oh,
Well,
that's dramatic.
I know. All my alarms are really dramatic because I don't wake up easily.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So time is up. So if you want to put down what you wrote or your word counts. Let's see. I have one from Samantha Birch. They said, my character in Evil Queen feels despair and anger as she is killed by the protagonist, a lost prince who is trapped in an eternal sleep.
Oh.
And then Julia Peterson wrote, I heard there was a heartbeat, she says, panting. I offer her a hand, but even though she winces every time she puts weight down on her right leg, she doesn't accept the help. Let's see. Bethany Lish got 102 words.
Nice.
And then they wrote, this is so depressing. I need someone. Maybe I could get a cat or a dog. That would make me feel less lonely.
Oh.
First things first, though, restart my life.
Been there? Yeah. Let's not lie.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I guess I'll read one more.
Yeah.
Chat moves so fast. So this is from Blazon Paradox. They wrote 189 words. They wrote, I can't even see what the woman looked like, she admitted. Her face is completely missing.
Oh, that sounds ominous.
Whoa, that does.
Is it like a horror movie? That's what it makes me think of.
Maybe they got amnesia or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's really
isn't
intriguing.
there's some sort of condition where people have face blindness.
Oh,
it's like you see people, but you can't, like, their features are not, like, you can't distinguish their features
that's
from.
so crazy.
Yeah, but people learn to compensate by, like, looking at hairstyles or what they're wearing, or does this person have glasses, or how is this person treating me?
Oh,
And that's how they know this is my mom, or this is, like, my friend.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I've seen a couple TV specials about it, and I've always wanted to have a character like that, but it's never worked out that way. So maybe you guys could work that in. I don't know.
I had a professor who was legally blind,
Mm-hmm.
so like she had a TA to help us, but like she would recognize us by our voices and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Okay. All right. Are we ready to?
Let's get into it.
Yeah. And I realized when I shared our warm-up prompt, I kind of forgot to go over what a virtual write-in is. So those of you who might be joining us for the first time, this is a great time for all of us who might not be around a lot of other writers all the time to get together with a group and to work on our writing and to get our word counts up. And we do several word sprints throughout the hour. And a word sprint is where we give you an optional prompt. You don't have to follow the prompts. If they don't work for you, then leave them. But you have about 5 or 7 minutes to write as much as you possibly can. And then in that time, it's just kind of, that's crunch time. And all you have to do is write. And it's fun.
It is. So today we're talking about the end because Camp NaNoWriMo is ending, and hopefully you're near the end of your novel or somewhere near the end. I don't know. So we're only a couple of days away. So I honestly can't believe we got here that fast. Yeah. Like at the beginning of virtual write-ins, I was like nervous about doing this. I'm kind of sad that we're like letting it go. And so now that we're at the end, it's time to focus on the final critical part of your novel, the end. So it's time to wrap things up and let your characters go. You know, we know it's hard to let them go after you spend so much time with them. I know I like get super attached to characters when I'm reading or writing, but you know, your story has to end somehow. So it's important to make it both satisfying for yourself and for the reader. Okay, so and then we're on to word sprint number 1. So most people expect happy endings, but there are many ways to end the story effectively that doesn't have to have every little thing resolved and told to the reader. Sometimes it's important to leave some things to the imagination. So the prompt is, what if your story didn't have a happy ending? How would you choose to rewrite it? Or vice versa, maybe you already have like a sad, conflicted ending in mind. So how would you choose to resolve all of your storylines or a main storyline in a positive way? And you know, if this prompt doesn't float your boat, just keep writing, and you'll have 7 minutes, and we will give you a 1-minute warning where then you can put your favorite sentence or what you wrote in the chat and your word counts. We'll read them out loud, and you have 7 minutes starting now. So we have about a minute left. So if you want to start sharing your favorite sentences or like a summary or something or your word counts, it's the time to do it so then we can read a few out loud. And I use my hands too much.
I do too.
I always realize that later and then I'm like, why did I do that?
When I was in school, I would always have teachers tell me to like try sitting on your hands and see if you can actually talk, Shelby, and I was very offended.
That's hard.
It's very hard. It's just being expressive.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
It's kind of like when people tell you not to use like, and I can't speak either.
Yeah.
Almost because I get more conscious of it. Well, time is up. That was fast.
Okay. All right, what do we got?
Okay. So we got a few here.
Nice.
I see Sarah Jordan reached 300 words exactly.
Oh my gosh.
That's cool.
That's always fun.
I know. It's a nice round number.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I guess I'll read this one. Samantha Birch wrote, "The glass smashed around his head, and a perplexed Peter felt the back of his head, pulling his fingers away to see them spotted with blood."
Uh-oh. Oh no. So Rachel Lagerstam told us that if I changed my book, my main character would die a horrible death. Sad face. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what if there are any books that I've read recently where the main character dies.
I don't know if I have.
To the Lighthouse, which is a Virginia Woolf novel. The main character dies, but she's not the narrator.
Yeah.
It's not omniscient narrator, so I think it means a little less. But her death kind of permeates the rest of the family. So even though she's not around, her presence is around, and it's very impactful. So that could be one way to end your novel if you so chose to change it that way.
Okay, so Suha Sheikh says, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Ashera swallows a mouthful of water and puffs her cheeks out. The dangerous sunlight beats harsh on her skin. But what can she say? Ashera likes living life scandalously.
Ooh.
Can't speak today.
What is she doing?
I know. Is she drowning?
Yeah, I can't tell if she's drowning or swimming.
Muriel wrote, "He looked at the rubble left by the burning building. Others were rifling through the blackened wooden remains to search for a sign of life of the two young people. His mind jumbling with the prospect of taking over the guilds. Finally, he almost couldn't contain himself when they finally found the pair, lying in each other's arms and badly burned."
Oof.
Ooh. It's like sad, but like good, I guess, for that character.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Oops. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I'll read one more.
Yeah, let's do one more.
From Penny Lonnie, they wrote 237 words. I see a lot of people got like 100 or 200 words.
Nice.
So they wrote, "Bianca took a minute to think about what exactly she was doing, standing in front of some decrepit bar, obviously tucked deep in the slums of the city."
Nice. All right, so I think we're ready to move on to words for number 2. And so for this one, we're gonna turn more to how your character's relationships with other people might have changed towards the end. So throughout your novel, your character has probably met and interacted with a lot of different other characters. Some of them might be friendly, they may be strangers, maybe even a few enemies. So as the story goes on, these relationships with your character may have changed over time. Sometimes that change can be dependent on your main character's changes or the changes in the plot. So our first prompt would be to think of a relationship your character has with another character. So this can be a friend or a foe, and just remember how they felt about this person at the beginning of the novel. How have things changed between the two at the end of the story, and how does your main character feel? Write a scene in which they come to terms with their feelings for each other. Maybe they hate each other, or perhaps they've grown to tolerate each other, or even fall in love.
So dramatic.
And we also have another optional prompt in case that one doesn't work for you and you want to try this one. So throughout the novel, the setting has also likely changed around your main character. How might they feel about the setting of the beginning of the novel versus that at the end? It could be their childhood bedroom or their office space. So what does it feel like to be back to the beginning or to the end after everything that they've been through? And maybe they've come full circle back to the place where they started. Does it feel different to them? You can ruminate on that a bit. And I think we have 7 minutes for this prompt as well. Like always, we'll give you 1 minute warning. And like always, if you don't want to use either of those prompts, you don't have to. But we're going to
start now. If you want to do both prompts, you're totally more than welcome to.
I liked that last one.
So you have about 35 seconds left. I was totally watching it and then it like sped by. So you can start putting favorite sentences, paragraphs, word counts in the chat and we'll read some out.
Show us. Show us.
People really can hear everything outside. They're commenting that someone said shut up.
Oh.
That the person sounded Australian.
I didn't hear that.
I kind of heard it, but I wasn't like focused on it. So time is up.
Time is up. And I saw Catherine Jackson is asking about becoming a nano intern. So basically that happens. We have 3 intern cycles that we go through each year in the winter, spring, summer, and fall. So for the fall, that is actually coming up. We should be posting that call for interns in early August because Iman and Hannah can't be with us forever, which makes us really sad. But if you are in the greater San Francisco Bay Area and want to intern with us in Berkeley, apply. That posting will be up on the NaNoWriMo site under, I think, the About section, and then under maybe job opportunities. I can't
so,
remember. Or get involved, something. It's somewhere around there. And then we also post on Craigslist.
That's how I found it. Actually.
Yeah, that's how I started out as an intern, and I found this job through Craigslist. I think it's a Bay thing.
Yeah.
I have a lot of my family from outside of California does not. They don't find their careers and apartments on Craigslist.
Yeah, I found both on Craigslist.
Yeah. All right, so what have we got?
Okay. So we have one from Books and Jeans.
Books and Jeans. I like that name.
Me too. They wrote, he remembered the first time they met. She'd been confused and afraid and naked, and Sam had found her completely unappealing then. Whoa.
Interesting. I wonder what the backstory is there.
Yeah. I'm like not thinking of a PG version. So, that's just my mind.
Yeah, no, word. I think it's so, because we only get a few sentences of your guys' novels every couple of weeks. So I'm always so intrigued as to the how much you guys pack into these sentences, but also like what the rest of your stories are.
Me too.
I'm actually very sad that we don't get to read all of them, but at least we get what we get. We could get nothing at all, so I'm grateful.
Okay, I'll read this one. Chase and Carpenter, they were 172 words. And they wrote, CJ did not bite the kiss as she had in the past, wrapping her free arm about his shoulder. Yeah. She pulled her body closer to him and returned the kiss, matching it with the hunger and desire. She slowly hugged him back. At the beginning of the year, they were sworn enemies, getting into fights and arguments that lasted for hours. Now they were friends, not best friends, but friends. Sounds like a
little bit more than friends to me.
I totally love that trope, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh, really? Enemies.
Yeah. I think I've just read too much fan fiction. So that's where that comes from.
Do we have time for one more?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess.
Okay. So Santina Soburn wrote, "This didn't feel like the place where she came to help people and to gossip and to hang out with her friends. This was a hard, uncomfortable, and entirely too bright place." I like that descriptor. Entirely too bright.
It sounds like to me, I always think of like a sterile environment, like a hospital.
Yeah.
It's all like bright.
Yeah. I think of my bedroom on like a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning when I'm in bed later than I usually am, so the sun comes in at a different time and it's just too bright.
Oh, I like blast my room when it's super hot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we're about halfway through this last write-in, and it's time for our coffee break. Even though
I finished my coffee.
I have water. It's hot.
It is hot. There's iced coffee downstairs though. If I go make myself some more, I would be on my 3rd cup.
Wow. I had a donut this morning.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't had a donut in a really long time.
Okay, so coffee break is just like our little break So you can actually literally go get coffee or go to the bathroom or participate in a little fun activity or game or discussion that we have. So for this one, think about your favorite story or novel. As much as you cherish the happy fuzzy memories you have staying up late into the night reading that book, to the point that you probably spilled food on its pages, trashed the cover. There might be some certain things that you didn't like about it. So now that you're a novelist yourself, what is one thing that you would change in your favorite novel? Give us the title of the book and name one thing you would decide to change and perhaps why. And like me, the Harry Potter nerd, I'm wearing a Gryffindor shirt today.
Are you a Gryffindor?
No, I'm a Slytherin actually.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I did it like 4 times.
Huh.
And I've gone Ravenclaw first, then
Yeah,
I got Slytherin multiple
Yeah.
times.
I pretty consistently get Ravenclaw, which I'm cool with.
Yeah. I think I've accepted it.
Yeah.
They're not all bad Slytherins.
That's true.
That should be the
That's
hashtag.
true. Not all. Hashtag not all
Yeah.
Slytherins.
So, I mean, like, as much as I love Harry Potter, I would totally change a ton of things.
What would you change?
Okay. Well, first I'm going to give you like 5 minutes.
Okay. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of us.
That's okay. What would I change? I don't know. This is a spoiler alert because if you haven't read it, I don't know what you're doing.
Too late. You're past the.
Sirius dying.
Oh, you would change that?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
Or actually, not even that. I wish Harry had known what that stupid mirror was so they could communicate with each other.
Yeah,
That irritates me.
Yeah, that makes me really sad every time I think about it.
So why didn't you just open it?
I mean, because he is so. Sometimes Harry's just so stupid.
I
mean, he's a teenage boy.
Yeah.
No offense if there are any teenage boys here, but I think Harry just makes certain mistakes that all teenagers make. I mean,
They frustrate you so much.
Yeah. Like I was a teenager at the time those books were coming out. And I was kind of dumb. I can say
I'm
that
still
now.
pretty dumb. So.
I think I make a lot of the same mistakes, but it's just hard to see those reflected back at you through literature.
Yeah, you don't want to accept it.
Oh. Okay, I'll think about mine.
Now turned into a
Slytherin
roll call.
Ravenclaw. I mean, we can do a Hufflepuff and Gryffindor roll call too.
Uncle.
Oh yeah. The Samantha brought up the Divergent series, which I totally forgotten about. I only read the first one.
I haven't read them yet.
They're all right.
Yeah, my sister didn't like them that much, so that kind of turned me off to it. But I totally like dystopian young adult.
Yeah.
There's a reason Harry's not in Ravenclaw.
Truth bombs for sure. That's funny.
Oh, that's interesting. My friends like to say that Harry is just a blank slate for readers to project themselves upon.
Oh, that's a good point. And I'm projecting my own teenage stupidity onto him.
So many people hate angsty Harry in the 5th one when he's like yelling in all caps.
Yeah.
I kind of appreciated it though.
Really?
How is he not cracked up until now?
That's true. And also just raging hormones.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Someone, Catherine Jackson asked, what would the NaNoWriMo houses be?
Oh, like if we were to divide people into houses, what would they be?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's the ultimate is you're either a pantser or a planner. So you either write by the seat of your pants. It's not the greatest way to name those people, but if you start your novel without a plan at all and you're just writing as the words come to you, that's one way of writing any novel, but particularly a NaNoWriMo novel. Or you're a planner where you have your outline and your character development and all of that. And I think those are probably the two most distinct groups within NaNoWriMo, but I don't know if we would. I don't think we would ever divide houses in the same way that Hogwarts does.
Yeah.
Um,
I also don't get how Hogwarts decides that you're going to sort people at the age of 11, because
it's super messed up.
I've taken Pottermore from when it first started to now, and my answers have totally changed. So my house has changed too.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same, the notion in American universities. Like, how are you supposed to choose your major when you're 18?
Seriously.
And I have never thought, I think that's what I would change about Harry Potter, but then I would change the entire series. And it would probably, everybody would get along a lot better because you wouldn't have these farcical, totally socially constructed divisions.
I'm totally a planner. And Amanda Weimar, why would you want to kill Ron? I thought we were cool. We can be friends.
I would so not kill Ron. I would make Ron probably the protagonist.
I love Ron. I relate to Ron.
You know what makes me mad now after that series is over? Is the whole, like, Ron is Dumbledore, but with a time turner. That makes me so mad.
It makes me mad, but I thought that was kind of awesome for someone to come up with that.
But
it makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. And now J.K. Rowling is like, yeah, that's totally what it is. But no, it's not. Ron and Hermione, they're supposed to be married and live happily ever after.
I hate that she was like, oh, they would need therapy or something. I refuse to believe that. I also don't think Harry should have gotten with Ginny. I can discuss this for hours. I can have my own YouTube channel about this. So.
Okay.
Let's talk about not Harry Potter.
So. I'll do a rather smart llama thinks that in the Hunger Games the love triangle was useless. She says the useless love triangle. Just no. I disagree. I was into it.
I normally don't care about romances in novels. Mm-hmm. I was just really upset about Finnick after all that.
Oh yeah.
He became like my favorite.
Yeah. I was really glad when we get to see Peeta, spoiler alert, like win the girl and be really great, even though he's not your typical male romance lead. I think it was I liked seeing the way he and Katniss interacted and the way they really worked as a team. I don't think we see that enough in fiction, and especially in adult fiction.
Let's see. Hallie T90 says the book is She's Come Undone by Wally Lamb. I wanted Dolores to have a baby at the end. She was forced to have an abortion. A lot of bad things happen during the novel.
I've never read She's Come Undone, but I've read a few other things by Wally Lamb, and he always has these like really sick twists. I forget which one I read, but it was the one about the twin brothers in the family, and one of the brothers is mentally ill, and then there were a lot of surprises in that book that I maybe would have changed.
Interesting.
But his books are like this big.
Whoa.
They're super long, but he's a good writer.
Oh, someone asked if I would like a sugar cube or would NaNoWriMo.
Well, I guess what?
Because of Finnick, because you know he gives.
And he's
yeah.
That was before I was won over by his story. I thought he was such a creeper.
Me too, but then I also now associate Finnick with the actor who plays Finnick, so now like my brain gets confused.
Mm-hmm.
So I like him.
I haven't seen him in anything else.
I haven't either. I just like watched a bunch of interviews one night when I couldn't sleep, and then I like loved everybody. This is what I do in my spare time. Okay, Suha Sheikh says the Percy Jackson series. I guess spoiler alert. I honestly thought Annabeth was a traitor in the first book. It made sense at the time. I still think it does. Let's see. If there's any. I think I got everyone talking about Harry Potter.
No.
I guess. I guess we should get to the next one.
Yeah. Okay. So, is this gonna be our last word sprint?
It's the word sprint number 3. Maybe we can do 5 minutes.
Okay. So this one will be a little shorter. So multiple times throughout these virtual write-ins, we've talked about the importance of word choice because, let's be real, your words in your writing that's everything. They affect everything from the way your reader feels about your story to the way you feel about your story, perhaps. So this will be just as important when writing the end of your story as it is when writing the rest of your book. So we have a couple of different optional prompts. Write the very last sentence of your novel, or at least an idea of what you think it should be, even if you haven't gotten that far yet. Why is this your last sentence, and what does it mean? What does it all mean?
Deep questions here we ask.
And then, so the other optional prompt is your character has faced a lot during this journey, either internally or externally. What do you think they would describe as their proudest moments? Why, and how has that developed your character? So you can give us a couple of those shining moments. And this makes me think, if you guys have seen Inside Out, the new Pixar movie, they have the core memories they're more important than the rest of the memories, and that's what. So what would be your character's core memory that sort of influences the way they view life? So again, we'll give you 5 minutes for this prompt, and we'll give you 1 minute warning starting now.
Putting the phone on Blobby.
He's the timekeeper.
Yeah. You have about a minute left, so if you want to share your final sentence of your story or word counts, go ahead and put it in the chat. So time is up. So I saw a few. So I'll read one from R.K. Hagman. They wrote, I trusted you, Tyler. I trusted you. Whoa, that's how it ends.
Mic drop.
I know. And McKenna Pithy wrote, there's a storm coming. It's foreshadowing, that's all I'll say.
Sounds like maybe a sequel.
Yeah. Some people got 162 words, 67.
Sounds like some of you are going to be winning soon.
I hope so.
Maybe before the end of the month.
I only got halfway through when I tried it, but it's not bad.
No.
Okay, I'll read one more from Rory Roberts. Puriel?
Hero?
Sorry, okay. Puriel sighed and whispered in Anthony's head, I know it looks bad, but remember this is the end.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. It's like
That's intense.
Is that character killing the other one?
Ooh.
What's happening?
But it's like kind of apologetic about it.
Yeah, like, sorry, died.
Sorry, but not sorry enough.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay, and we're down to our final word sprint.
This is the last one, so you gotta make it count.
Yeah. So you've resolved all your conflicts and your characters have finally gone on and moved on with their lives. While this may be nice, oftentimes there is a potential to write future stories based on this vivid world and colorful characters you created. So a lot of you have been mentioning that you're writing sequels and stuff, so I didn't want to bring it up until now, because the prompt is perhaps there is still a present danger or conflict that exists. Think of a way to set up a sequel, or what do you see your characters doing 5 years into their futures? Who knows, maybe we'll see you back for NaNoWriMo in November.
It's only a couple months away.
Yep. And you have 5 minutes again, and then we'll give you a 1 minute warning, and starting now. And I'm hungry, so
My head is almost lunchtime.
yeah, if you hear my stomach, that's what's happening. Okay, you have about a minute left, so if you want to share your sequel ideas or what your characters are doing in 5 years, or maybe their high school reunion, I don't know, something, or word counts. Wait,
Any
why did
final
I
word
end
counts?
that? Okay, there. Yeah, you could tell us your total word count so far of like everything you've written, not just this hour. Or I think I'm just distracted because I'm hungry. I was like, bye, you're done. Okay.
Time's up.
Julia Peterson just passed 80,000 words.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
Wow. How many words do you write a day usually?
Seriously. So I'll read a couple of your guys' responses. So McKenna Pithy says, sequel. Well, that's 15 years later and revolves around an entirely new character paired up with a minor one in the first book. Then the third book most likely connects the previous ones. And then,
It's like,
whoa. Okay, anyway. Catherine Jackson says, my characters are taking too long to mourn. I know it'll take the rest of the book to get over and into the sequel, but they're making me sad too. Hashtag writing problems. Oh, whoa. Calaverart has 48,293 words. So close. And then Emma Kupera says, sorry if I butchered that. There's a crazy spam going on in the corner. One of my characters is going to publish a book about his life. He's a 400-year-old demon. Neo became a rich writer because everyone thinks it's fiction. Oh, that's interesting. I'm gonna read that. It kind of reminds me of Doctor Who with Captain Jack Harkness, because he's like the longest living person, and then becomes the face of Bo.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of TV. I guess I'll read one more. And my stomach's alive.
Yeah.
Blazon Paradox, they wrote 163 words for this word spread.
Nice.
And they wrote, if there was someone out there, as there clearly was, creeping into our minds and stripping parts of them away, well, we couldn't not check now, could we?
Oh.
Well, I have
That's
no idea what
interesting.
that's about.
Yeah, alien life forms, zombies, could be anything.
Yeah. Fred Weasley's Small Ice. What? I don't know. They wrote 71,512 words.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. Annie Wu has 22,000.
Nice.
Crystal Lackman has 5,486. I am not spoilers. That's been around for like 10 years now, by the way. Okay, I guess the end.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for writing with us again, week after week. We'll miss you.
I know.
Be in touch. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah,
We'll see you in November.
Exactly. The interns are on Twitter if you want to talk to us, because we're lonely people. It's at NaNoInterns. Yeah. You can see more adventures of Blobby.
He'll be around. He's not going anywhere.
He'll be back in November.
Yeah. And then again, so as I'm sure most of you know, we have NaNoWriMo in November. Come and write 50,000 words of a novel with us then. And then we'll be back again for camp in April of 2016 and again in July of 2016. So if you can't quite make it in November, don't worry. There's still time. Plenty of time to write. And we're always here. Shoot us an email. Follow us on Twitter or Facebook. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see you guys around.
Sadness.
No time for sadness.
I know.
Only joy. All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
And we have to awkwardly get up and turn it off.